Lost is on.
Welcome back, everybody, to Bite Size Thursday, a subsidiary of Off Slate Media. Subsidiary, sorry. Today, we're watching Lost, because Lost is good, we think.
Yeah.
Today, we're watching oh, no. Do we have to?
Yeah.
It's called Born to Run.
Baby, we were born to run. Ba-dun-dun-dun. Right?
I'm sorry. If you look over here, there's audio there. What he just did made lots of blue.
Okay. Come on, you guys fans of the boss?
Yes, but...
You? You know who I'm talking about?
Yep.
Who? Who am I talking about?
I believe he's talking about Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay. You both Springsteen fans?
I couldn't tell you a single one of his songs.
What's the name of this episode?
Okay, I got that much from what you
So
just
you
said.
can name one of his
Aaron.
songs.
There was a whole movie about Bruce Springsteen love that didn't really do anything or amount to anything.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It is.
Chalamet. No.
That's Bob
the other
Dylan.
one.
No, this movie,
Okay,
it's blinded by
that's
the
a fair
light.
comparison, though.
Yeah, it's blinded by the light, and it's not about Springsteen. It's about... Oh, where's he from? I'm going to mess it up. It's about someone who's living in Britain in the 80s who becomes a Springsteen fan. I can't remember where he's from, man.
So what I was going to say when you mentioned the boss is that there's like a few of those guys that I always mix up together because I don't actually know any of them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think they are actually, as of recording this, filming a Springsteen biopic, or they're going to, with Jeremy Allen White, I think, playing Springsteen.
That's an interesting
That sounds
pick.
right.
Yeah. So there's going to be one,
About
but no,
time.
you were thinking of A Complete Unknown,
Yes. Yeah.
where Timmy for 2.5 hours goes,
Did he win an Oscar for that?
nope.
Okay, I'm kind of...
The movie didn't win anything.
Yeah.
Over 8.
As a big Bob Dylan fan myself, I'm kind of happy about that.
Did you see the movie?
I did not, but I hear nothing but bleh things.
It's fine.
And it looks just very
Basic.
Hollywood, but not in the good way.
Which is funny because doesn't that kind of go against Bob Dylan? Not to talk about that too much, but
Being Hollywood?
being big budget Hollywood
Oh,
biopic,
yeah,
it's kind of not the point.
Yeah.
It's almost like we already got a good Bob
did.
Dylan biopic. Yeah,
Actually, we got probably 3 within that one,
yeah.
depending on how you...
Watch it.
Yeah.
But Lost, we were supposed to be talking about Lost. It's
Lost,
my fault
yeah.
for talking
So,
about the boss.
from the title, I'm guessing that this is a Kate episode.
It is a
As
Kate
we
episode.
know, she is my least favorite character in all of media ever.
Yeah. Sorry, just looking at this, it's just like, wow, it's been the whole season for me, and it's not going to change. It remind me of her 2 backstory ones. Were one where she basically she stays with that Aussie farmer and she kills him
Yeah, I think
basically
the
on
other
accident.
one was they break into a bank and got the airplane.
That's right.
I don't know what this one is.
Is this the one where she gets caught by the guy?
You would maybe
No, she gets caught after the car overturns in the first flashback
Yeah,
with the Aussie.
because there's one where she goes to her mother and her mother calls the cops on her.
Maybe this. Wait,
this
we
the-
haven't seen. We don't know because she said she killed someone, but the Aussie guy actually lived, right?
Yeah.
But she has said she has killed someone before.
I don't think that this is the one where I think that's
Okay.
what Kate did.
Okay, so that's what Kate did. Yeah, I have no idea what this is about. We spent like 5 minutes talking about it. We don't know what this episode. We know it's about Kate, and we're just waiting for this one to be over so we can get to the finale next week, right?
Pretty much.
All right.
Well, the first part of the finale next week.
Yeah.
Are we ready to start?
Yeah. Let's get this over with.
All right, everybody. Let's get lost. Welcome back, everybody. That was Lost. That was
Baby, we were born to run.
I wish it was like that music video just looped for like 43. I would have gotten more out of it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everybody. I kind of hate Kate.
No, you do hate Kate. You've said so since episode 1. This is episode 22.
I definitely hate Kate. I think it gets worse, too.
Yeah, the problem with having backstories about characters that are supposed to be sympathetic while they do wrong, in this case, is that
sympathetic in some capacity.
That's what they're going. No, I'm saying when they're trying to do the sympathetic backstory, the problem with this one is everything she's doing is the self-inflicted thing, but not in like a happenstance. It's kind of like, no, she has a choice to not do the dumb, and she does the dumb.
Yeah, like Jack is kind of, you are sympathetic for him because he makes bad choices because of insecurities, and we all struggle with insecurities, so we understand that. Kate, like, broke a law and spends the rest of this... Kate murdered someone and spends the rest of the show trying to justify it.
Yeah, if it was she recognizes out loud that she knows she did wrong, but is still running, at least we're like, okay. It's just
But why would she be running if she knows she did wrong?
Oh, people do that all the time. They don't want to face the consequences, but they recognize what they did is wrong. And that's interesting because they're human. They're scared. But she's straight up justifying that she didn't do anything wrong. That's where it's annoying. Now, let's say they got in the car and they're still driving when Tom gets shot, right? That's sympathetic because it's out of her control. Like. Yeah, that's Thomas.
Yes.
So let's say Tom gets in the car and they get out of the parking garage and they're driving and they're talking and then they start getting shot at. That's one thing. That's how you can frame that better. But she stopped the car when the cop was there telling her to stop, and she chose to go ahead with it. And you could say, well, she was telling him to get out of the car. It's like, yeah, but she still made the choice to just bulldoze into that cop car, which she could have killed that guy. And then she got Tom killed. She has a bad track record with men and cars. Yeah. That's my whole thing.
Now
when
you can add home wrecker to the list as well.
Yep. When you break down how they're trying to present this, she just comes off as pretty selfish and pretty unsympathetic.
You can call it my worldview, but like trying to portray that moment where they kiss in the car like it's some kind of like sweet thing, it just makes me mad.
Yeah, I think they have something there like before that because listening to the tape and them just kind of sitting there, it's this cold moment of things really didn't turn out that way is good.
Yeah.
But then once they kiss each other, it kind of, for me at least, it loses. It's like, okay. And that stems from she's making this guy, and he's choosing to as well cheat on his wife.
Yeah. If they didn't, would it be better in your mind if they didn't reveal that he had a wife or a kid until after that? Like somehow a picture of the kid falls out of... the visor thing.
That feels more manipulative. I feel like because we know he has a family, so when he does get shot, we know we don't want him to think of him as expendable before she makes that choice. So her making that choice looks worse because she knows he has a family to get back to.
Now, I will say that I've read interviews where the creators of the show have said these are not supposed to be good people.
Yeah.
So there is that to keep in mind, but Kate is just so frustrating.
There's a difference between they're not good people, but we sympathize with how they feel and what they do, and then there's this where she has the decision and she just barrels ahead. Again, if it was in process of running and he's trying to talk her down,
she just leaves him alone in that spillway.
Yep. Yeah. Which that could happen still in work if, again, it's mid-process where he gets shot, where she doesn't make the choice to put him in danger like that. Like they're getting chased, and it's out of her power, and then she leaves him there to run. That's where it would work. But the whole way it's framed and structured in that one flashback just doesn't work. I remember
watching this the first time and just really wanting it to be like, oh, she really did get framed for this. Like she's covering for her mother or something like that.
It's like, nope, she
just is a bad person.
And if I remember, she doesn't really wrestle with that. She's kind of just content with her decision.
Yeah, that makes me annoyed. And then there's a follow-up episode. I know we're not supposed to talk about in the future, but we always do. There's a follow-up episode where she gets angry at her mother for calling the cops on her or for not responding to her in the hospital. And it's like, well, yeah. And they're like, but he beat you.
Does that mean he deserves to die?
Yeah. Sometimes emotionally, that doesn't matter at the moment.
Yeah,
you don't kill a person.
Yeah, it's called what he's doing is wrong, but there are other ways of going about this. People disagree on that all the time, but it does boil down to I don't think you should kill people.
It's the same sort
hot
of
take.
It's the same sort of feeling I get.
Oh no, boy.
It's just, you're gonna get canceled for not wanting to kill people.
Yeah, funny how the world works now. Go ahead.
It's the same sort of feeling I get when I watch the music video for that "Wait in the Truck" song.
Ugh, garbage.
Where this country singer comes across a woman standing in the road in the rain, and she tells him that her boyfriend beat her. So instead of taking her to the police
or to the hospital,
he drives her back to her boyfriend's house, says, wait in the truck, goes in and shoots him on camera. And then they play it like he's done this giant heroic act that she should now fall in love with him for and wait for him while he's in prison.
Don't they electric chair him?
I don't remember.
I thought that was at the end.
That doesn't justify it.
No. What I'm saying is, like, this whole thing is wild. And it's this whole... And people do this online where it's like, oh, just go after him. It's like, it's so easy to just
become a society like that.
When social media was invented and you can say all you want without actually meaning it. It's that classic case of they'll say all this horrible stuff or to do this horrible stuff, and then a lot of them will not do it in real life. They're just saying it because they can. That doesn't mean some people don't, but in that case, too, it's like it's the people who like that song think it's justified. Taking the law into your own hands. It's like, no, if anything, it's pretty, not only is it stupid and awful, it's pretty selfish to not help her first.
The difficult counter argument with that is that it's a catchy song. I will admit that it is a catchy song.
Ugh,
but it
garbage.
Just makes you feel gross. And that's every time I see a Kate backstory.
Yeah. It all comes down to just execution of presentation. How the story is set up. And it could be, hey, maybe they didn't have budget for a chase. It didn't even have to be that long of a chase. They just
kind of did have a chase, though, in a TV sort of way.
Yeah, she drove one level down in a parking garage, stopped, and then just drove around the corner.
Tell me that's not.
Oh, that's a TV. I'm just saying, like, I wonder if it boils down to we don't need to put that much money into this episode. Let's just do this. It's like, and I know they had conversations about this
one, which is
it's
really
weird.
Before we're going into the finale.
Yeah, that's.
I wonder if the finale aired 1 week and part 2 was an hour long. It was a 2-hour long episode next week.
Yep, this was May 11th. The first part of the finale was May 18th, and then the second and third parts aired as, a 90-minute episode the following week.
Yep.
Which makes sense.
That's how TV worked in the early 2000s.
Yep. Kate. It's just it.
Please tell me we don't get another Kate episode for a while.
Let's see. The next Kate episode is episode 9 of season 2, which is What Kate Did.
Thank goodness.
It's funny though. I hate to think about it this way. The backstory of this week's episode has more to do with what's happening on the island than last week's episode did, and last week's backstory is way better than this one.
Yeah.
It's just funny how that works. Like, last week we were saying they don't really connect. Not that the backstory for Saeed last week's not important. It doesn't link up narratively with what's going on as well. Whereas this week, it straight up links to it.
It's interesting because I think you get more of Saeed's motivations in that backstory. You get less of Kate's motivations here.
Yeah.
And more of just, here's the proof that she's the bad person that they're accusing her of being.
Yeah, she sucks.
I really don't feel for her at all. Although that shot of the tree with the car, with the kind of moonlight in the background is cool.
Yeah.
Although there'd be more green to it.
Here we go. An inside joke.
That's for you, Dickie. I love you, buddy.
Oh, Kate. I just keep thinking about this. It's like... They're trying so because she's one of the, as we've said, the big three.
Don't think about it. The more you think about it, the more it breaks down. Aaron, what do you think about the episode?
I don't know.
Audio listeners, Aaron looks disgusted, but is not making any disgusted sounds.
It's not the worst episode of the season. You know what the worst episode of the season is?
Shannon's?
No. That one has Boone in it.
Oh, I don't know what's...
One of the other Kate ones, the case one. Literally called whatever the case may be. What is the whole plot about? What's in the case?
What's in the box?
Yeah, that's the whole episode.
That's fair.
So, and then this would be the next weakest one where it's like, yeah, it's not working. It's almost like there's a pattern.
Yeah, I'm telling you, she's only there to take her shirt off. As
She
bad
did
as
in this
that
episode.
sounds, it's like, what'd you say, the third or fourth time she's done that in
This season. And you said, well, that's kind of what they put her in the show for. I go, yeah.
Am I wrong?
Early 2000s, yep, that makes
They
sense.
objectified Shannon for the first half of the season.
That's true. Before now, again, she's becoming...
A character.
Yeah, instead of just whining about everything. And again, it's because she's had that big character change with Boone dying. That's a significant thing. Kate is just Kate. I did make the joke, if she got together with Locke, it'd be John and Kate.
Makes 8.
Wait, what's the oceanic flight number of people in...
815.
Yeah, the name of the people who make it back.
Oh, the Oceanic 6.
Oh, it's 6. That would have been funny if it was 8. And if one was John, that'd be John and Kate plus 8. But then that'd actually be 10.
I don't remember if Locke is one. I was trying to think about that the other day.
We shouldn't go. I shouldn't have gone that far ahead to begin with.
That is quite a bit ahead.
Yeah, I didn't mean. I was just trying to make a dumb joke, and it's not that funny.
We have to go back, Kate. We have to go back.
You know what is funnier? Michael's face when Walt tells him that he burned the raft, where he just kind of looks at him. Michael,
I don't know if I want to hit you or...
I was saying, Michael... I know, Aaron, you've said Michael annoys you.
Yeah.
He's fine for me, but then he jumps to conclusions on people so quickly that it's like, dude, like, what is it? Jack says one thing about Sawyer. It could have been Sawyer that poisoned you. And then Michael jumps on that. And Sawyer actually doing something nice. He gets him Pepto-Bismol for his stomach, and he, like, throws it at him. He's like, you're off the raft. It's like, what? Just like that? You didn't even talk to him. And then it's surprise twist. It was Son that poisoned Michael. Surprise twist again. It was Kate who told Son to do it.
I think that's actually kind of interesting.
Yeah, I guess.
Because if you're in Son's position, what do you do?
I don't know.
I mean, you lied to your husband. There's that.
Why didn't she just poison her husband?
He would
That's what
probably
she was
know.
trying to do. They accidentally switched water bottles.
Yeah.
That's
They
what
did?
Jack said. Yeah.
Did I miss?
Yeah.
Dang it, I missed that line. Probably making fun
I
of
think
the
we
show.
even saw it. It just didn't think about
Probably.
it.
Yeah.
Because I think we saw Jin hand him a water bottle or something.
That's right. Now I remember. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah.
I think it was too focused on, like,
I'm exhausted by
Yeah.
this episode, and it's barely even begun.
yeah, and no Springsteen songs.
What a missed opportunity.
They shouldn't have killed Hurley's CD player. He could have been listening to the album board.
Charlie has a sudden guitar,
Yeah, that's true, and he's
and
writing
he's playing
songs
it throughout this episode.
and he's got that little bouncy line delivery of, "What you gonna do when you get back? When you get rescued?
You can hang out with me.
I'm writing songs again." And of course, he has one of my favorite line deliveries that I mentioned a long time ago on here, where he sits down next to Kate, and Kate says about the raft, he's like, "It's not a raft. They're building a sonic boat." And I go, "There it is."
I mean, again, I will say for the rest of this season, why can't they put more people on that raft? That boat, sorry. We also got our first arts.
Yeah, Dr. Arts. Arts. It's hard to say.
Arts.
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 ARZTS.
Arts.
Isn't it?
I think it's just ARZT.
Arts. It is hard to say.
It is kind of funny, like, what'd you say, NPCs are the other people? It's like, yeah, we don't see them much, and then he pops up. So what's the first thought? I wonder how long he'll last. They act like he's been there this whole time, and I don't think we've seen him once.
Yeah. The trade winds are blowing north. Dude, you have a 3-foot stick.
Yeah, with a little bag on the end. And that's I said again, insert the Cole Hamels. Who are you? Oh, no, he's going to be everywhere pretty soon. Get it?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, you got a little bit of arts on you.
Yeah. Is that in the first one of the upcoming
That's got to
weeks?
be in the first part.
Yeah, because that's when they go to get Dynamite to blow up the hatch. That's got to be next week or the week after, somewhere there, because that's a pretty big deal.
It literally has to be one of those two.
Yeah, well, I mean, could even be the third one.
But that's still the week after.
That's so,
Yeah, it's in the next 3 weeks for sure.
It's got to be in the first part of it.
You'd think.
It's got to be.
Yeah, but that's next week. I want to be done talking about a Kate episode.
We're not really talking about the Kate episode. We're talking about everything.
I mean, we
else.
did. We spent the first half of it talking about the structure of her backstory.
Yeah, it's dumb. Everybody don't like Kate. I'm sorry if your favorite character is Kate.
We hate Kate. We hate Kate. We hate. You're not standing with us in this?
You're not.
Oh no!
You're not a We Hate Kate stan.
We got a sympathetic Sally over here.
Oh no!
I don't mean that as derogatory either. I just had to think of an S name.
Let me say this about the episode. I'm ready to move on from Thomas and throw Kate in.
Oh, really? Really? You want me to write that down?
Yeah.
Hot dog. So,
Yes. Yes. Another one to the Hate Kate train.
You know what? I'm going to jump on Aaron's back because I still have Shannon written down. But again, I said the change happened, and last week I said I wasn't ready. Well, I'm going to join you both. So now all three of us hate Kate.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because this is the episode where you start to go like, yeah, no, you're stupid. So all three of us hate Kate. We both have the same favorite character in Hurley, and then your favorite character is still Claire.
Of course.
So we
Or
hate
Vincent.
Kate.
It could be Vincent.
The only other thing I will say about this episode is on to the finale.
On to the finale.
We get done, and Aaron stands up and goes, "Can we watch the finale as a palate cleanser?"
Anyway, that's all I want
really
to say.
Bad, like placement wise.
Yeah, it's a weird spot.
It's a weird spot.
But like story wise, it has to go there.
Yeah.
But still, I'm done. I'm done talking about it.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm hosting this. So, if you want to come on back next week for Exodus Part 1, we're not doing a big episode for all three.
No, we're splitting them up.
Are we splitting it up into 3 or just 2?
The plan right now is 3. We'll see what happens in the next couple weeks.
Okay, so come on back next week for Exodus Part 1. That is episode probably 23. All right. So, until then, if you want to check us out on all those other places and leave a comment below if you hate Kate as well. Let's get everybody to the Hate Kate army. Jared, where can they find us?
You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, The Funny, TikTok, and X.
Formerly known as Twitter.
And you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify. And hey, if it's YouTube, like, subscribe, comment, ring our notification bell. Make sure you check us out and rate us on all those apps. And swing by our groovy website.
Recently updated.
At this point, it's been like 2-3 months.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Wow, it shows you how much I go to our groovy website.
Yeah.
Anyway. What?
We have a website?
We do. Wait, what do you know, Aaron? Your face isn't even on here. Until then, let's get lost.